Xiao. Safe?
I didn't pin you for such a worrier, Matoi. Like I said, there's no sign that anything's wrong. All their readings are completely normal. There's no indication they've absorbed too much of the F factor or anything like that. It's nothing at all like becoming the profound darkness. You could even say it's the opposite. But why don't we just ask you? How do you feel? Anything out of the ordinary?
Come on. Can you not see what a mess you'll make if you run your mouth now? Keep your damn trap shut.
Using this power you took without completely absorbing it to manifest a dark falls and use it to fight. It's a lot like Avatar arms.
I've never seen a power manifest like that. Why now all of a sudden? Logically speaking, I bet it has something to do with the ephemera. Maybe that interacted with the Guardian's photons to create some new power?
But aren't the ephemera themselves like fragments of the profound darkness? How could something like that give you power?
Xiera, who do you think is the host of the profound darkness right now?
Oh. Maybe that's why I don't sense anything off about you. I think I agree with Matoi. Your photons are flowing normally after all. Do you feel all right?
I'm not surprised that Matoi is worried, really. We'll keep digging and running checks, but for now, I'm just glad you're doing all right.
After a bitter struggle, the Guardian had wrested Waylon from the bloody grasp of Emperor Schreger. In Coento, the Crimson Fellwyrm had been sealed away once more, thanks in large part to the Sword Maiden's valiant effort and Luther's quick thinking. With these looming threats dispelled, the Kingdom of Coento enjoyed a moment of hard-earned rest. In the aftermath of the Crimson Fellwyrm and Waylon's fall, a single peaceful week passed. Harriette took her place as Coento's new monarch. She and her retinue convened in the throne room to discuss their next steps. One among them seemed distracted. Any word from the Sword Maiden regarding the Crimson Fellwyrm?
Our army is keeping watch as well. They've reported no problems as of yet. The Sword Maiden herself reports that the seal looks likely to hold for the time being. As for Waylon, true peace seems a long way off. The land is still rife with Castrum Demonicus. But the intermittent conflicts along our border with Waylon have settled down at least.
Then let's keep preparing to send them food and resources. Helping the people of Waylon back to their feet should be our top priority.
Our own land is far from rich in such resources, my lady.
Be that as it may, if we bungle this first approach to them, the consequences will be ours to bear forever. If we scorn them for being from another country, it could spark riots. We must avoid that at all costs.
What drivel, Harriette. Don't waste your time pandering to the riffraff of other lands.
Luther, do you know what you're saying?
Words of reason, my dear sister. Do you know what will throttle all inklings of resistance? A few executions. Show them blood, and they'll fall in line. Then, we send word that if they stand down, their lives will be spared. No one would dare ignore us after seeing how we laid low the mighty Wei.
Luther!
I'm sorry. Please, forget I said anything.
Very well. We don't want to meddle in Wayland's affairs and risk causing a ruckus. We'll ask them to sort out who will rule.
Normally, the late Emperor's younger brother Elmir would succeed the throne, but he has vanished.
Luther, what's wrong? Is something the matter?
I'm not feeling well. Please excuse me and carry on, everyone.
Something about him doesn't seem right. He's not usually so aggressive, is he?
Oh, Luther.
How did this happen? I didn't create the child just for things to end up like this. Wait. If I could only become all-knowing, then I wouldn't have to stoop to such foolish methods. Why won't you respond, Xion? Are you trying to tell me that it was the only answer there could be? No, 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 no! This is no solution! This is unacceptable! Yes. Yes. My knowledge will know no bounds. And then I'll...
What's the matter, Luther? You're the one always telling me to knock. Luther. What's wrong?
Oh, Harriette. My greatest masterpiece. You don't belong in this place.
What are you...
That was Harriet's voice, wasn't it?
Lady Harriette! Is that... Master... Luther?
I'm picking up Dark Falls readings. Could using the ephemera have awakened it in him?
It's no use. I'll never hand over Harriette, my greatest masterwork, when infinite knowledge is finally mine!
Stop! No! How could this be? How could Master Luther take Lady Harriette? Right from under our noses!
Notice. Signs have been detected on Omega. We're going to need your assistance, so get ready.
Are you all right, Varuna?
I'm not the one we need to worry about. As irksome as it is, we must accept Master Luther's betrayal and deal with it. We must contain word of Her Highness's disappearance. It would shatter the foundations of our entire country if the news spread. We must search for her in absolute secrecy. Understand, Guardian?
Right. We know what we saw. It's up to the three of us to do something about it. Do you know where he might have taken her?
Master Luther has always guarded his secrets. Her Highness might have known, but I couldn't even begin to guess. However, we may have a trace of his movements. I've received unconfirmed reports that a Castrum Demonica has been summoned to the north of the capital. What's more, they said the fortress was summoned by a winged supernatural being of unknown origin. That points strongly towards one conclusion.
So Luther summoned a Castrum Demonica as he fled?
As Her Highness's adjutant, I must keep the kingdom's official tasks running smoothly so her absence goes unnoticed. Can I count on you, Guardian? I am in your debt.
The Guardian hurried to find where Luther had flown off to, with Harriette, his unwilling companion. Each Castrum Demonica that was newly summoned in northern Coento served as a breadcrumb on the trail. Luther's very use of these demonic fortresses proved he was no longer the same Luther the Guardian had met on Omega. Approaching the first Castrum Demonica, the Guardian stopped short, gazing on in complete shock, as a terribly familiar enemy emerged.
Castrum Demonica confirmed. And it looks like Luther's minions have been called in too. I guess we can stop wondering whether Luther was the one who summoned the castle. If these things be, and there might be some trace of Luther here. Time to get our hands dirty.
Emergency! Code! Q!
Amen.
I'm not picking up any more readings from the Castrum Demonica. Maybe we can follow some trace from the summoning. What? What's the matter?
Luther? Why won't you tell me where we're going?
You'll see.
But I'm supposed to be studying courtly etiquette today, so...
You're quite the dedicated student, aren't you? Don't worry, it's just one day off. It'll hardly make a difference.
But I made a promise with Mother that I'd keep studying every day. What kind of daughter would I be if I couldn't keep that promise?
Well, I happen to have my own promise to keep with Mother. And mine involved bringing you here. And on that note, here we are.
It's so pretty! I've never seen so many flowers.
Mother loved it here. She asked me to bring you to see it. Even your selfish brother couldn't spurn a deathbed request like that.
I can see why she loved it. I can imagine her coming here.
Royalty has no business crying. We live by the support of the people and support them in turn. We must not show them weaknesses.
Yes, I understand.
But look, do you see anyone else? As long as you're here, you don't need to act brave. For now, the only ones here are you and me. And Mother's spirit watching over us.
Mother's spirit?
She's always there by your side. This is no tale I'm spinning to try and comfort you, Harriette. It's just the truth.
Mother! Mother! I miss you so much! I wish you could hold me, stroke my cheek again. Tell me how proud you are of me. Mother! Mother!
It's all right. Cry all you need to. I promise, those tears aren't in vain. No one told me I would have to look after you quite this much. No use complaining, I suppose. So much clinging from you. And here I was sure you hated me.
Don't say that, Luther. I don't hate you at all. It just seems like you're the one who hates everyone. Or maybe it's just that you're not interested in anyone else.
Now why would you think that?
Because you're just too smart. Luther, why are you laughing? Did I say something strange?
That was just out of admiration, Harriette. How blind I was not to notice there was such a fascinating person right under my nose. You're beginning to pique my interest. I wonder just how great this potential in you can grow.
Are you all right? Stay with me! Did you see one of Luther's memories? But why would...
Could the false pawn born from the Castrum Demonica have linked you to Luther's memory?
This is the kind of thing that can happen in the Akashic Records. I have a bad feeling about all this. We'd better find Harriette quickly.
Good morning, Your Majesty.
Where are we?
Save your struggling, Harriette. Not to worry. No one will find us here. Soon I'll find a way to do this without needing to use you. Just a little longer.
Luther! What are you talking about? What is it you're trying to do?
What a foolish question. All I want is to finally reach infinite knowledge.
You're not my brother. Who are you?
Whatever do you mean, Harriette? You know me. I'm Luther.
Oh, you're Luther's, aren't you? Looks like this is the place.
Luther?
This shouldn't work. In theory, it's completely sound. Oh, hello, Harriette. Look at you. Way out here in the hinterlands.
Luther, what have you been up to out here? You're not summoning a Castrum Demonica, are you? This looks different.
Castrum Demonica? Please. Those things were mere paving stones on the path of my research.
And that path leads where?
Give me your best guess.
Well, it would have to be something even more shocking than the Castrum, I suppose.
I want to restore beings that have been lost, to summon them back to their original state. With the ephemera as a catalyst, it should work. It can link us to worlds apart from ours. The rest? Why, it's simply a matter of time. That is, sending that being's spirit and flesh upstream through time to the proper moment.
Luther, are you sure the people will be able to accept that you've done this?
Alas, Harriette, I don't share their belief in gods. I believe only in facts and my own potential.
Sending beings upstream in time? Not even Arx has that kind of technology. If he was planning to use ephemera to do it, I'm not surprised Harriette was worried. We better hurry. This little fairy body is starting to get goosebumps.
Marvelous, Harriette. I didn't dare hope for this much magic from something so hastily thrown together. This must be the catalyst at work. Or could something about the soul itself be the key? Oh, Harriette! What troves of precious data you've brought me! What finer a guinea pig could a researcher want?
What are you trying to do, Luther? Out with it!
I'm making a fresh start, so I can succeed where I once failed. The time is finally ripe. At long last, I have the ability to see this through. And then, at last, it will be mine. Infinite knowledge. Omniscience. Wait, what am I?
Luther?
What have I been doing all this time? My dear Harriette, the only person who understood me.
Luther, no!
Of course. Why should I hesitate? I will summon the lost Akashic records. Knowledge of the entire universe will be mine. Now is the time. Here is the place. I just need to harness the power of the ephemera and perform the conjuration properly. I will know it once more. All that is, was, and ever will be. You see, Harriette, won't it be wonderful?
You speak of a line we were never meant to cross. Try as you might, Luther. You'll never succeed.
What?
Have you already forgotten, Luther? When the proof is right here, chained up before you! Luther? What did you call me here for?
There you are, Harriette. You weren't followed? There'd be hell to pay if Father found this place.
Father's furious. He says we're shirking our responsibilities. I had to try and calm him down myself. Have a heart for your sister, Luther.
I'm surprised he hasn't realized it's a waste of time entrusting his errant son with royal duties. An utter waste of my time. Leaving petty things aside, you asked me why I called you here, yes? Well, I finally found the next step beyond conjuration, summoning beings upstream or downstream through time. Quantum conjuration.
And your plan is to follow through with this quantum conjuration?
Of course. What would my years of research have been for if I didn't bring this to fruition? I'm going to finally understand how this world began. Dear sister, I'm going to summon the primordial being. I'll know all there was to know! Doesn't the idea just tantalize you? Harriette! Harriette! Damn it, wake up! Stay with me! It's all my fault! I conjured that awful thing! If someone has to die here, it should be me! Please, Harriette, don't die! Not you. Anyone but you. Come back to me!
What did you see this time? Luther was crying and cradling Harriette? And she was dead? Wait, but Harriette's still alive! I mean, that's who we're going to save! But if what you saw really happened, and Harriette did die, then who or what is the Harriette we all know?
The pieces are all in place. It's time to perform the quantum conjuration on the Akashic records. And Harriette, what a perfect vessel you'll be. Just think, you'll be reborn at last as an almighty being. What's wrong? There's nothing to fear. This isn't death. It's a new beginning. You'll play host for something far greater. Its soul will keep yours company in that body. And with your help, at last, infinite knowledge will be mine!
And then what, Luther? If that's who you even are. What do you see when all of that is said and done?
Are you questioning a scientist on the value of his work?
If my life is the cost of helping save our people, or perhaps even the world, then you can have it. I'll give it gladly. But you seem to have something else in mind, so I think I'll choose to die for something far greater. My entire existence, the reason blood pumps through my veins, is so I can fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. And as the one who brought me here for that very purpose, you should know better, Luther.
Brought you here? But that can't be. I saw you. You were right here, Harriette. You were laying right here.
Harriette, are you all right? Guardian! Xiera! I was hoping you'd come.
How did you meddlers find this place?
It's right where you said it would be. I guess that means everything you saw was real.
I can't believe this. You find a way to be a thorn in my side every single time. Were you born to destroy my work?
Hold on. Every time? Right. No one else but the Fallen would have said that.
Fallen? Luther, the Fallen. Yes, it is I. The man... records. And you Arx pissant. Trying to thwart me just once didn't satisfy you?
Please be careful!
Battle Omega is
is currently in progress. I hope you'll all work together to halt its reign of terror.
Completed!
This isn't over. As long as I have the ephemera, I can still do this!
Ignore those things. He'll just keep conjuring new ones. Focus on stopping Luther. Wait, Harriette!
Luther. The Fallen, was it? If you're planning to use all that wisdom and power for your own selfish ends, instead of for the people of our land, then I will stop you. That is my duty, as the Queen of Quento, and as your sister!
It's all right, Harriette. You have been exceptional. You dealt justice even to me without flinching. If you bear that determination proudly on your sleeve, you'll be able to purge the ephemera.
Luther! It's you! Oh, thank goodness. I knew you would finally come back to your senses.
You jest, Harriette. As if there's been a single moment in my entire life where I behaved like a sensible person.
Oh, Luther, what possibly possessed you to do this?
When I stopped the Crimson Fellwyrm, I knew this might be a consequence. The ephemera, they consume your very mind, as I'm sure Lutz discovered. If that had to be the outcome, I hoped at least to help build a foundation for our country, for your rule. Harriette, you did the right thing. You held firm, and brought judgment down on those who violated the ban, and threw our land into chaos, even your own flesh and blood.
Luther, please.
My ego certainly made a lot of trouble for you. Please, let me ask you one favor. Look after my sister. Stay by her side. My sister? That's rather a smug way to put it, wouldn't you say? Please spare me the trifling questions. There's just one Luther. Whatever versions of me you know, they are me. Which is to say, the desire to protect that girl was something within me all along. I just so happened to be fed up with being stuck in Gemini, and with the profound darkness too. I have no qualms with lending you my power. I won't play teacher. Just use it well. Do that, and I imagine you'll glimpse the cruelty of reality, of that ancient despair. Harriette, remember this. You are a real person.
I will! I'll remember, Luther.
Harriette?
It's all right. I won't cry. Tears have no place in royalty's eyes.
You actually had words with Luther? And he said he'd lend you his power?
Do you feel physically alright?
Oh my. Is the ultimate being hoping I'll wield my influence? She needn't worry. I'm content to keep quiet. For now. My only interest is this place I'm currently occupying. I have no intention of... So why don't you just act natural? It wouldn't help either of us if things suddenly got complicated.
What's wrong? Your face has turned quite a strange color. Are you really alright? Oh, really? We need to purify you right away! Clarissa! Clarissa!
Maybe you should find something a little less serious to tease Matoy about.
So now you've got Luther's power in there too. But nothing about you looks different, statistically speaking. No increase in F factor.
It's the same as Elder. No urgent issues as far as we can tell. As for your abilities, we'll keep them under observation. But our priority needs to be Omega.
Listen, I know Luther sacrificed himself to drain the ephemera from the Crimson Fellwyrm, but even so...
I understand why you have your doubts, Matoy, but I promise it's true. The Luther from Omega had a bit of a sharp tongue, but he was a good brother at least, right?
Well, Omega is just a replay of the memories in the Akashic Records, after all. Maybe the Luther you met there was like the one we knew, back before we'd ever met him. The pre-Luther Luther, if you will.
Well, I guess that would fit in with what Euclida once told us. Apparently, when she was apprentice, even her mind wasn't fully her own. We know Luther wanted to control the Dark Falls' power, but maybe he was the one getting controlled instead. But there's no way we can actually confirm that. And even if we could, it wouldn't excuse what he's done.
But there's one thing that still bothers me. In those visions of Harriette's and Luther's past...
Harriette's death, yes? If Luther was involved in that, well, there must be a...
Let's try asking Harriette more about it once she's had time to collect herself more.
I'm well aware this is a huge favor to ask, but please, please, I would appreciate your help!
Hey, that's enough! I really don't need all this bowing. Seriously, just get up already, please. Come on, everyone's looking at me funny. Oh, boss! I could really use a hand over here. Boss? Who? Oh, hello again. So when Io talks about a boss, she means you. It all makes sense now. You got here just in time, boss. This weirdo came up, said she had a favor to ask, and almost cracked her skull on the floor bowing. I need your help with something only she can do. Katori told me that if I want the hero class to really catch on, I need Io's help promoting it. Well, Katori got her wires crossed somewhere. That doesn't have a damn thing to do with me. Don't be so modest. I've heard all about the publicity work you two did together. How did you hear about that? And that's not all. I did a little more digging and found out that you helped Azanami get the word out about the Braver class too. Crap! And those two brilliant intel providers couldn't stop talking about how grateful they were to you for breaking them out of their rut. Stop it. Just stop! Please, Io, please. You don't need to be so modest. I really need your help if I'm going to spread the word about the hero class. Fine, okay. Okay, I give up. I'll do whatever I can to help you if you just give me a break already. Will you really? I can't thank you enough, Io! Well, there's no time to waste. Katori tells me you get the best results by making some noise in a place people just can't ignore. What? Huh? Would you look at that? We've got a crowd gathering right here already. Let's get on it right now, Io! What? Hey, boss! Stop trying to blend in with the crowd and do something about her already! Look, I've got a special PR outfit all ready for you. What do you say, Io? You had this trap planned from the start!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Ark's legendary guardians? Walking around peacefully? Something's brewing. I can feel it in my bones, Tia! Something big is happening!
Or maybe they're just good friends taking a stroll. Oh, hi, Matoy. Sorry to bother you like this.
Patty and Tia, working hard as usual, I see.
Of course we are! Raw gumption is the engine that drives Patia, Ark's #1 news source, or the fuel source, one of those.
Shouldn't information be our engine? Anyway, as Patty pointed out, it's not too often we see you two strolling around the ship. You're usually rushing from one place to another with a sense of urgency, especially you.
I know, right, Tia? Something big is going down. I can just sense it.
Calm down, dummy.
Don't be silly. Nothing strange is going on. Nope, nothing.
Matoy, it's not like you to butt in like that.
Well, if there's no trouble down here, maybe something's stirring up on the bridge. Is that it? Well, in short, I guess it's my curious nature.
What Patty means is, she's a gossip queen. We won't expose any sensitive information. Everything is made public here anyway, when the timing is right.
So, if you're hiding something, it must be for a very good reason. But as informants, we're just itching to know, is there anything we can do to help?
By help, you mean...
You two are always overworking yourselves, so we were hoping we could lend a hand somehow.
Yes, Arcs, we're all in this together, aren't we? We're probably not as dependable as you two, but hey, who's keeping track?
Thanks for your concern, you two. Just hearing you say that really lifts my spirits.
The pen is mightier than the rest. Come to us whenever you need a break.
In moderation, of course. Getting caught up in a conversation with her can be hazardous to your health.
Sticks and stones, sis. Sticks and stones.
Oh, perfect timing. I think someone's after me. Could you keep her away? Here she comes.
Now, looky, look what we have here! I thought I sensed a strange presence, so I followed my instincts, and here I find you! Which could only mean one thing, couldn't it? That you're actually pretty strange. Is it really so rude? I'm just telling it like it is. You are an odd one for sure. I just go by my intuition. If that intuition tells me something is fishy, then I'm not mincing words. But this strange feeling isn't exactly bad. It's like the one I get from you. Hang on. Does that mean it was just you this whole time? Oh well, I was just following it around to kill time. Just a drop in the bucket of time. I suppose I'll be on my way. Do tell whoever's behind that strange presence that Risa said hello. Later! Later, later, later!
She's finally gone. That was a breed of scary I've never felt before. If she just sensed something was there, we could have played it off as just her imagination. But she was following me, and she knew it. I guess it's a testament to how confident she is in her senses. Either that, or maybe I stink. Okay, I guess it's not that. Even if people can't see me, I guess some of them can sense me. Arxops sure are full of surprises.
Stop. Don't move. Stay right where you are. That's Dia and that Xeno guy. Oh, they're being awfully chatty. As if. I don't know what lines that Xeno jerk's feeding her, and not knowing pisses me off is all. Looks like they're done talking. Hey, give me your body real quick.
Is something the matter?
Hey. Do something, damn it.
Excuse me? Are you all right? You're a bit of a strange one. You remind me a bit of Master Gedemholt. He'd stare at me that same way from time to time. In fact, Xeno and I were just reminiscing about Master Gedemholt and my sister. Yes. Sometimes I ask him to fill in the blanks, as it were. Things I didn't know about the two of them. As for what kinds of stories he tells me... Well, I hope you don't mind if I keep that to myself. They're the kind of things that would make Master Gedemholt's blood boil to hear, or make him red in the face. Your aura somehow reminds me of his today, so I'll have to keep it a secret from you as well. So, that's settled. Well then, till we meet again.
Xeno, that bastard! What the hell kinds of ideas is he giving Dia? Hey, we're gonna go smash that loser into the ground right now! Move!
So first Elder appears, then Luther transforms. It's like Omega is tracing our own history.
Xiao, are you sure what's happening on Omega is just a muddle of data from the Akashic Records? The events themselves may be fragmentary, but as a whole, they're deeply interconnected. Something's linking all this together.
Something most likely connected to the Photoners.
Exactly. It's like we're vicariously experiencing someone's memories of the Photoners. Suffice to say, it's creepy.
Well, memories are just a type of data. I do think what we're seeing is all data from the Akashic Records. But someone or something could be interfering with it in a way that's producing certain tendencies. What you read or who you see before bed can affect what happens in your dreams, right? Maybe it's like that.
So you think we're seeing events related to the profound darkness because it got mixed up in all this?
Yeah, hypothetically at least. We don't really have proof one way or the other.
Or maybe we're affecting the outcome too, since you and Xiera are getting involved. Well, in any case, we can't afford to just sit back and watch. Keep on looking into things on Omega, you two.
Hey, you. Kick this fresh meat jackass out of here already. He's nothing but an eyesore.
Not too sharp, are you? This fresh meat is a photoner, and has been around since well before your own infancy.
And what, you think you're His Highness Luther just because you're old? You're dumber than your little twig-ass looks.
Your voice wastes air like your mass wastes space. Just the sight of you makes me question every advance Arx has made.
Yeah, there was this real fuck-up of an overseer who ran Arx right into the ground. Could be his fault. Am I wrong?
Oh, absolutely. I'll admit it. Your existence is my greatest failure as Overseer. It would torment me if I didn't make that quite clear.
Oh, mind your own damn business and get lost.
What a delight watching you struggle to be consistent for even 10 seconds. So you no longer need their help. You're an extraordinary fool. You're practically too hideous to exist. I suppose it's no wonder Elder was so smitten with you as a vessel.
You sure like running that fancy mouth. Need a reminder as to why everybody calls you the Fallen? Take a swing at me and find out!
Well, I agree that the time for talk is over. Clearly, you're utterly beyond hope. Well, you may be a lost cause, but you're a rare find nonetheless. Let's not disrespect our host. You may stay for now, I suppose.
Uh-huh. Talk all you want, you little shit.
I've confirmed the signal. It's definitely Luther the Fallen. Did the traces it left behind in this world take shape like they did with Elder?
Yes and no. The presence of those traces influenced the Akashic Record's memories, causing this to materialize. Its abilities are just as you remember as well. I can attest to its strength. Though, as I recall, you had no trouble defeating this before.